Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to share with you 11 types of biases that occur during sampling. Sampling bias refers to a situation in which the sample selected from a population does not represent that population, leading to erroneous or misleading conclusions. There are several types of biases that can occur during the sampling process. Selection bias. This happens when the method of selecting the sample systematically excludes certain groups or individuals from the population. For example, if a survey is conducted by only calling landline phone numbers, it may exclude individuals who only have mobile phones, leading to selection bias. Non-response bias. This bias occurs when some individuals chosen for the sample do not respond or participate in the study. If the non-respondents differ in some important way from the respondents, the results may not accurately represent the population. Undercoverage bias. This bias arises when some groups or elements in the population are not included or are inadequately represented in the sample. For instance, if a survey is conducted during working hours, it might underrepresent people who work night shifts. Volunteer bias. Volunteer bias happens when the sample is composed of individuals who willingly choose to participate in a study. Volunteers may have different characteristics or motivation than the general population, leading to a non-representative sample. Response bias. This bias occurs when the responses given by participants do not accurately reflect their true opinions or behaviors. It can be influenced by factors like social desirability, people giving answers they think are socially acceptable, leading questions, or the order of questions in a survey. Survivorship bias. This bias occurs when the sample includes only the surviving or successful members of a population. For example, if you only study successful businesses, you may miss the failures, which can distort your understanding of what leads to success. Another example, patients die during medical procedure. Sampling frame bias. This happens when the list or source from which the sample is drawn does not accurately represent the population. If, for example, a survey of a city's residents is based on an outdated or incomplete list of addresses, it may not be representative. Temporal bias. Temporal bias can occur when the timing of data collection is not representative or the population's characteristics over time. For instance, if you conduct a survey about holiday shopping habits in January, the results may not accurately reflect the behaviors during the holiday season. Geographical bias. Geographical bias can occur if the sample is not spread out evenly across a region, leading to overrepresentation or underrepresentation of certain areas. Confirmation bias. This is a cognitive bias that can affect the selection and interpretation of data. Researchers may unconsciously seek out or emphasize information that confirms their pre-existing beliefs or hypotheses, leading to biased results. Instrument bias. If the measurement instruments used in a study are flawed or biased, it can introduce measurement bias into the sample. For example, a faulty thermometer might lead to incorrect temperature readings. As data scientists, it's important to be aware of these biases and take steps to mitigate them when designing and conducting research or surveys to ensure that the sample is as representative as possible of the population of interest. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.